Welcome to Dark Psychology Mastery, where we explore the unknown corners of the human mind. Today, we're going to ask a question that has puzzled philosophers, psychologists, and everyday people for centuries: why do people lie? Is it a natural instinct, a survival mechanism, or a sign of deeper psychological issues? To answer this question, we'll be joined by the father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud. Freud's work on the human psyche has been widely influential, and his insights into the darker aspects of human nature are still widely studied today. As we dive into the world of deception, you'll begin to realize that lies are more than just a simple act of dishonesty. They're a complex web of motivations, desires, and fears. So, let's start by exploring the reasons behind why people lie. Is it to gain power, to avoid punishment, or to simply fit in? The answers may surprise you. According to Freud, the human mind is a battlefield between the conscious and unconscious, with the unconscious often winning the war. This inner conflict can lead to a range of negative behaviors, including lying. But what drives this conflict, and how can we overcome it? As we explore the dark psychology of deception, you'll discover that the truth is often more shocking than the lies themselves. So, join us on this journey into the unknown, and get ready to uncover the secrets of the human mind. One of the most famous cases of deception in psychology is the story of Dora, a young woman who was treated by Freud himself. Dora's case is a classic example of the complexities of the human mind and the power of the unconscious. According to Freud, Dora's lies were a symptom of a deeper psychological issue, a repressed desire for her father's attention. This desire was so strong that it led her to create a false narrative, a web of lies that ultimately destroyed her relationships with those around her. But what's fascinating about Dora's case is that her lies were not just a simple act of dishonesty, they were a coping mechanism, a way of dealing with the trauma and anxiety that she had experienced in her childhood. As Freud once said, the unconscious is the true ruler of our lives. This quote highlights the idea that our unconscious mind plays a much larger role in our decision-making process than we often realize. And when it comes to lies, the unconscious can be a powerful driving force. So, what can we learn from Dora's case? Firstly, that lies are often a symptom of a deeper issue, rather than the issue itself. And secondly, that the unconscious mind plays a significant role in our behavior, often leading us to act in ways that are contrary to our conscious intentions. By understanding these dynamics, we can begin to uncover the truth behind our own lies and deceptions, and start to make positive changes in our lives. So, how does this apply to our everyday lives? Well, the truth is that we all lie to some extent. Whether it's a white lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings or a more serious deception to gain power or advantage, lies are a part of human behavior. But what's important to recognize is that lies can have serious consequences, not just for others, but also for ourselves. When we lie, we create a false narrative, a web of deception that can be difficult to maintain. And when we're caught, the consequences can be devastating. But what's even more interesting is that our brains are wired to respond to lies in a specific way. When we hear a lie, our brain's reward system is activated, releasing feel-good chemicals like dopamine. This can create a feedback loop, where we're more likely to lie in the future because it feels good. But this loop can also be broken. By becoming more aware of our thoughts and behaviors, we can start to recognize when we're lying to ourselves or others. And by taking responsibility for our actions, we can start to build trust and credibility, both with ourselves and with others. As the Stoic philosopher, Epictetus, once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This quote highlights the importance of self-awareness and personal responsibility. By taking control of our thoughts and actions, we can start to break free from the cycle of lies and deception, and start to live a more authentic, honest life. So, how can we apply this knowledge in our everyday lives? Firstly, by becoming more aware of our thoughts and behaviors. When we catch ourselves lying, we can take a step back and ask ourselves why. Is it to avoid punishment, to gain power, or to simply fit in? By understanding our motivations, we can start to address the underlying issues that are driving our behavior. Secondly, by taking responsibility for our actions. When we lie, we create a false narrative that can be difficult to maintain. By owning up to our mistakes and taking responsibility for our actions, we can start to build trust and credibility, both with ourselves and with others. And finally, by practicing self-compassion and forgiveness. When we lie, we often beat ourselves up over it, creating a cycle of guilt and shame. By practicing self-compassion and forgiveness, we can start to break free from this cycle and start to live a more authentic, honest life. As the famous quote goes, "The truth will set you free." By embracing the truth, both about ourselves and about others, we can start to live a more authentic, honest life, free from the burdens of lies and deception. In conclusion, the dark psychology of deception is a complex and fascinating topic. By exploring the motivations behind lies and the consequences of being caught, we can start to understand the deeper psychological issues that drive human behavior. As Sigmund Freud once said, "The truth is rarely pure and never simple." This quote highlights the complexity of human nature and the importance of self-awareness and personal responsibility. By taking control of our thoughts and actions, we can start to break free from the cycle of lies and deception, and start to live a more authentic, honest life. Thanks for watching Dark Psychology Mastery, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content on dark psychology, stoicism, and personal development. Join us next time as we explore more of the unknown corners of the human mind.